He'll set the table for the rest of the fight. Player 1 is mixing it up and has him shaking in the corner. Backs him into a corner. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Hits the combo. Long low attack hits. Takes a trip. Blocks the low head. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. That punish counter creates a chance for some juicy damage here. Who will capitalize? KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Karakuchi Shoyu connects. Throws him. What's next? Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for the side switch. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Get scooped from down low. Gotta be careful not to whip his range. Experiencing burnout. Heavy punch sends him flying. A real test of nerves here. Ooh, burnout activates. Anti-air in the clutch. They're going for the super art. Chisels them down. Player 1 gets a clear victory. I know they want to add more W's to that column. Oh, we're gonna run it back now? This thing ain't over yet. Grab misses. Down to the wire. The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punish counter. That's how you capitalize on an opponent's mistake. Get the punish counter by waiting for the opponent to whiff an attack and then strike without hesitation. Will they hit, whiff, charge in? Tricky territory here. Takes a trip. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. The corner makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. They gotta watch out. Checks him with the projectile. Parries the projectile. Now what's the follow-up? Life lead opens up. Sees it coming and blocks it out. We're near the end of the round. I want to see someone shoot their shot. Come on! Jumps up. That's some big juke. Hits up the win with the counter hit. Looked like they were baiting their opponents into making a mistake. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give him a psychological advantage. Shows the medium kick. Pokes with the medium kick. Gotta be careful not to take the hit and keeps on trucking. At the center of the stage, nothing but space and opportunity. Dash! Barely blocks the jump in. Blocking a jump in attack leaves you at a disadvantage, so it's better to try an anti-air instead. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach this situation will be interesting. It's there! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Creates distance to try to get a read on the opponent. Nothing but air. Target lock and scoop. Player 2 can work with this perfect read with the anti-air. Player 2 is barely hanging on to their last bit of drive. Amazing! They've got about half life left. Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. Nothing stops this train. But there's a burnout. Back into the corner. What setups do they have? Somehow manages that's gonna leave them wrapped. Player 1 can't use any drop, breaking them shins with a low head.
Or nothing! Eat this!
Looking for okay or done. Woo! I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one. It is not over. They want that run back. How's it going to unfold? Throws a fireball. Blocks the impact. Forcefully closes the gap. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. Both looking for an opening. They want to get in and do damage. Neither fighter can force the other to give up even an inch. Will they hit, whip, charge in? Tricky territory here. Absorbs the attack and fires back. combo with the target combo. Takes a trip. Oh, beautiful setup with that attack. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Player 1 chases him down. Can't tech the throw. What'll happen here? Player 1 has depleted their drive gauge, but they are still within range to win this round. KO. Player 1 draws first blood, and it's on the board. Can they keep the momentum? Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Big counter. Tonaguchi Shoyu connects. They exchange blows. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. What are they doing? Player 2 has the chance to win the round if they can put their drive to good use. There's a change of sides. There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. See what eating your spinach does for you kids?
Comes a new challenger.
How's this matchup gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Show me everything you have. Prepare yourself. Round 1. Fight.
The fight just started. This is Tasty Steve on commentary. Checks with the projectile. Denies the attack, and a parry hit builds some drive gauge, which could help later in the round. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner, and now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Jump in finds the mark. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Timely side switch there, which will let them go on the attack. At this range, many attacks connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is so planting trees and people with the power driver. Player 1 can't use any more experiencing burnout. Closing moments of the round, one hit's gonna do it. Player 1 needs to hold out until their drive gauge recovers. Oh, double KO, you don't see that every day.
Final round. Fight.
They exchange blows. A little extra damage on the counter here. Yoga Mark, drop that off. Russian scooped with the suplex. With super arts interplay, it's repaired the burnout. Player 1 is in burnout state, a very perilous situation. This is where we can expect some major pressure. Dangerous range here. Player 1 can't win this without pulling the trigger. Close range projectile. A single hit will do it. Down and out. Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match. It is not over. They want that run back. How is it going to unfold? Oh, we've seen this episode before. That teleport's gonna rattle. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Both looking for an opening. They want to get in and do damage. Misfire with the drive impact. Getting careless and missing a drive impact like that will leave you wide open. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity, reads their mind, and hits the throw. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Heading into the end game, lights out is all it took. Player 1 draws first blood, and it's on the board. Can they keep the momentum? Gets the jump in. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Back throw for the side switch. Both painfully aware of the corner there. That drive impact takes the hit and keeps on trucking. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until they're experiencing burnout. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range.
Hey, you can play.
Drive usage back on the table. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Both fighters have blow heavies. Pounces on that mistake with the impact for the punish count. Player 1 is in effect down and out. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Really wants to wrap this one up quick. Opt for the strike ender for the damage. Looking for something after? Planting trees and people with the power driver. Player 1, the low kick hit. Punish, counter, or react. Player 1 is barely hanging on to their last bit of drive. Next, the counter. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Teleport, nowhere safe. Bring in that hot spot. Hold it down. Nothing stops this train. Burns out. Oh, we're taking a trip to the ground. Spins the meter. Noticeable across from above. They're in range. We're gonna see a jump in, a dash. Yoga fire. Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Gotta connect with the throw. Tensions are running high. Both of them can finish this now. They are done. Player 1 is gonna be watching replays of this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Nothing stops this train. Target lock and scoop. Player 1 has a slight life lead, baits out the attack, and gets the punish count. Drive impact. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Throws to get around their defense. Player 2 is almost dead for some, but this is gonna be bad news. In a dire situation, planting trees and people, the big play does it. Player 1 draws first blood and it's on the board. Can they keep the momentum? Sees the overhead coming and blocks it. That drive impact is blocked. Forcefully closes the gap, brushes that off, and keeps going. Both sides have the super gauge maxed and ready to rip. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. You gotta be mindful of reach and jump ins at this range. Player 1 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Drive gauge is almost empty. They gotta be careful. Jump! Target lock and scoop. Hard to beat, brushes that off and keeps going. Max SA gauges. They both have a chance to score a big payday. Will that parry change the momentum of this match? Putting the cherry on top. The super hard connects and it's going to be the kill. Not miss the chance and takes the round.
Nicely done.
Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Blink out. Tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. Clutch, anti-air. Both absolute. Ooh, burnout activates. Forward throw, laying the pressure on thick. Reads the jump in perfect. Player 1 is in a very good spot now. So what's next? Player 1 is in dark times, but knockdown, here comes the mix-up. Nothing but air. This is gonna hurt. What a smart throw! Player 1 still has a chance, closes it out. Player 2 was the only one left.
Here comes a new challenger.
These two have more beef than a barbecue in Texas. Let's see them duke it out.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. Let's see what these fighters have in store. Well-timed command throw there. Player 2 has the life lead. Got a small life lead, but it's not over. Maintains composure and fights out of the corner. Takes a trip. Oh! They can open this round up big by spices things up by adding the super art to the combo. Their life is looking critical, and they can't rely too much on drive either. At this range, many attacks connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is so important here. Not shy with the grab. Somehow KO. Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Fight.
Creates distance to try to get a read on the opponent. Overextended by a finger. Fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Keeping tabs on what the opponent is doing. They want to strike quick. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. You know we paid to get in here, right? They return to center stage. Oh, what an escape from the corner. Planting trees and people with the power driver. What'll happen here? Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. So what's coming next? Pushes that off and keeps going. A quick breather. The next interaction is really going to set the pace. The closing moments of the round, one hit's going to drops them. Both sides getting ready. The Houdini won't block. Snap the banana. Lots of this, you're done. Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Creates distance to try to get a read on the opponent. Medium kick down to the wire. The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punish counter. That's how you capitalize on an opponent's mistake. Get the punish counter by waiting for the opponent to whip an attack and then strike without hesitation. This range is where it gets interesting. You gotta utilize the reach of your moves to bait out and attack. Player 2 chases him down, taking stock. Parries the attack. Adds parry to the pressure. Well-timed corner switch. Life lead opens up. All right, what's coming? KO. Player 1 draws first blood and it's on the board. Can they keep the momentum? Big low reaching heavy. There's the drive impact. That's gonna lead to a juicy punish counter. Player 1 took that round comfortably. No need to bring out the big guns yet. Looking for a chance. What do they do? Max SA gauges. They both have a chance to score a big payday. Nice parry. Punches that off and keeps going. This is gonna be bad news. There's a Russian suplex. Big, meaty damage. Jump! Brave headbutt. Medium kick hits. Gotta do better than that. They're in range. We're gonna see a jump in, a dash. The next touch may decide this round. Things are very tense as this exchange continues. Parry connects. Wall splat into the guard break. Closes it out. Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match.
Here comes a new challenger.
Both fighters are ready to get started. I can't wait to see what kind of tricks they have up their sleeves. Here we go. Let's see what these fighters have in store. Well-timed command throw there. Goes for the surprise Russian. Very dangerous range. Can definitely get clipped by something here. Blocks the jump in. The impact gets blocked. Player 1 is using their drive liberally. We need to find a way to make the most of drive gauge without going too far. Ooh, adds on a bit extra to top off their damage output. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Player 2 maintaining the corner pressure for some juicy damage. Can't decide who's gonna stay in the corner. Charges forward. Not much drive gauge to work with for both fighters here. Lots of distance here as both fighters look for an opening. Both of them are low on health and they are playing very cautiously. Oh, super art! Long low attack hits. It's there! Player 1 with the first strike, but they can't get complacent. Sumo Spirit creates distance to try to get a read on the opponent. Player 1 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round, and they keep up the momentum. The fighters continue to check a chance for big damage with the punish counter. A drive impact. Good old show of force. It's a chance with a buff. Knockdown and planting trees and people with the power driver. Gotta be mindful of reach and jump ins at this range. Nice double lariat. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Medium kick hits. They were waiting for it. Oito barely hanging on. They have to optimize their drive usage. Stunned off the wall. Player 1 has depleted their drive gauge, but they are still within range to win this round. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. Burn that butter hard. Player 1 gets the win in a convincing fashion. It is not over. They want that run back. How's this going to unfold? Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Coming through. Gets the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. For the overdrive arc there to tack on just a little more damage. As they break the... Whoa! This is looking bad. What are they gonna do? Alright, what's coming next? Here's the jump in. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Everything up until now and everything from here on out is so vital. The drive impact whiffs. Are they ready to punish? Going on the offensive? The spacing is so on point right now. Any mistake here will be big. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Good old slaps. Spirits are lifted. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. 100 hand slap. Wraps it up with a decisive combo. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. Oh, we're gonna run it back now? This thing ain't over yet. Super Armor does its job. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Player 2 is mixing it up and has them shaking in the corner. Corner switch means they can now go on the offensive. Player 1 has not been shy about using their drive gauge. They need to find a way to make the most of drive gauge without going too far. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. You gotta watch out. Alright, what's coming next? Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. The corner makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Right team opens up. Okay, they trade hits. What a planting trees and people with the power driver. Who will capitalize on an opening first? Blocks the impact. Low heavy connected? Player 1 draws first blood and it's on the board. Can they keep the momentum? Takes the hit and keeps on trucking. Target lock and scoop. Player 1 has the life advantage. There's been some back and forth, but no clear leader in the fight. Gets a little space with the throw. Scrapping it out up close. This is gonna be bad news. Loses the engage for the super art. They want to show they're not playing around.
Your retreat has stopped!
Player 2 has the deck stacked against them. It's too much. Player 1 took no time to finish that fight.
comes a new challenger.
All right, this is a mirror match, so both players can match each other move for move. You don't want to get clowned on and lose here, but no pressure, okay? The fight just started. This is Tasty Steve on commentary. Player 2 has the life lead. You've got a small life lead, but it's not over. Lots of aggression from both sides. So low, heavy hits. Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. By planting trees and people with the power driver. A quick breather. Blocks the low heavy, and big low attack to pick up the win this round. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Brushes that off and keeps going. Stops the attack by using a drive parry. Not a perfect parry, but I'll take it. Still very early in the round. Throws to get around their defense. Closes the gap for the grab. That punish counter creates a chance for some juicy damage here. Planting trees and people with the power driver. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Oh, what's this? What's gonna happen? Spins the meter on the super art. Uses the gauge for the super art. They want to show they're not playing around. Player 1 needs to watch raw critical art. Yo, what's gonna happen? Gets the critical art. Even when the chips are down, they're still looking for a play to take this fight. Now they gotta think of a follow-up. Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Dangerous below. That's their reaction with the low kick. Player 2 shows they are truly the best of the best.
Comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table. The fight just started. This is Tasty Steve on commentary. Quick check to start the round. We're still early in the round. Tons of time left. How's this match going to play out? So who's going to make a move? Plenty of space between the two fighters, but who will decide to close the gap? Will they incorporate that full drive gauge they have into their game plan? Drive gauge available to break through or get pressure. Will they hit, whip, charge in? Tricky territory here. Null's metal level is kinda low. Need to find time to boost it. Down. Player 2 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Takes a trip. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Very solid corner switch. Player 1 can't use any more drive without burning out. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Player experiencing burnout. Closing moments of the round, one hit's gonna do it. It's there! Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now how are they going to... Boom goes the dynamite! Player 1 has a slight life lead. There's been some back and forth, but no clear leader in the fight. Jumps in! There's a change of sides. Steals back a chance. Both fighters have full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Player 2, just goes for it at this range. Player 1 can't use pounces on that mistake with the impact for the punish count. Planting trees and it's too much. Player 1 gets a clear victory.